we're just getting with Lee Wood, right? This,
Yep. That's my prediction, man.
Cool. Bro, this is a new one. This one's, again, conspiracy theorists. Take a seat, get involved. Curse of the Trainer of the Year. Yeah? So, Trav, I need you to quickly... Do you know who's won the Trainer of the Year just recently?
So, Derek James won 2022.
Yeah.
Before that, it was Reynoso, Canelo's trainer. Yep. And before that, it was Teofimo Lopez Sr.
There you go.
I look at that, and the run of these guys, as soon as they win, it just falls apart. I feel like whoever is about to win the next one, decline it.
Decline it, bro. Decline this thing. You don't want it. It's unnecessary. But then I want to look deeper. Like, I want to lift up the bonnet of this car and say, let's look at this situation though, because we're looking at Derek James right now, yeah? And he's kind of like Eric, he's kind of AJ's trainer-ish. As much as I understand,
he's AJ's trainer right now.
Okay, brilliant. AJ's trainer. Now, in the last...
Let's just clarify. Let's just clarify why you said the ish there. So basically, there's been talk about Ben Davison and AJ been training with Ben Davison. What the situation is that whilst he's not training with Derek, he's just working out with Ben Davison on a stay busy thing. Yeah. So I was like, when I heard it, I was like, this ain't the crazy news story that I think people wanted it to be. Ben Davison is clearly a good strength and conditioning guy. So
absolutely, and he done well for Fury as well. That must be mad for Fury though. I wonder how he feels about that one, because Fury was sleeping on Ben Davison's couch. He's getting him right into the mindset. He was the coach before Sugar Hill comes in. So it's a bit...
It depends how bad Fury treated him when they split up. So if they split up and he started moving mad, best believe he's in there and they're laughing and joking and the whispers are coming through. It's like, oh, you hit way harder than Tyson, man. I'm telling you, man. So it's like...
They have to get them bars off. Because they're going to have to... At some point in the gym, when they finished, when the beep goes off on that little sparring thing, so what's Fury like then? You know what I mean?
But they're not... Now, see, look at this. This is what I like, because now we've landed, bro. Because now all of a sudden he's saying, he's ducking me. Suppose he got confirmation. Fury doesn't want to go anywhere near you. Trust me. We looked at the idea of that fight and he said, absolutely not happening.
Can you imagine? Yeah, because it was random. The timing of him saying that Fury's ducking me was a bit insane, and it felt kind of left field. It's like, wait, where you look? Where
you don't think the whispers? Them men are laughing, hitting pads.
They're talking on the
juice. Yeah, they're laughing and enjoying, fam. Man said, raw, like, AJ probably nice them up, gave him a little double pay. He's like, I appreciate you coming through, man. That's just a little something, just a little gesture. He's like, I've never done anything like that for me.
No, but so let's really look at this then. So we got the Derek situation, and Errol went in there, because I don't know if the light should be on Derek at the moment, because Errol looked like trash. He did. He looked like trash, and they didn't have an answer to what they were dealing with. Bomac had a plan, and he operated his plan perfectly, and they needed to pivot. They needed to do something else in that fight, and we didn't get much from Derek in that moment. The next moment you think of is, what's the next fight?
The thing is, though, go on. I'll let you know.
The next fight is Charlo versus Canelo. Everyone could see, because after a while you slap him up. You have to slap up the fight and say, bro, what the hell are you doing? Like, we're here right now. You're not giving us anything. You told me that we're going for it, and basically it's like, when it's got bad, you're saying, well, do something, bro. Like, as in that, does it become on a head trainer to get something from the fighter, or is it, well, you can only it's only on the fighter in this moment? Because I thought the perfect synergy supposed to be getting on between the trainer and the fighter.
This is exactly what I'm saying. So for me, like, there is that thing of, some people have tried to shoot him some bail and said, listen to what he's saying to Charlo. He's actually saying the right things, but he's not doing it. And I'm like, the fighter is going to do what he's been trained to do. Like, I guess it's one thing to say what the right thing is. If he's not been prepared for that, it's not going to show itself. You know what I mean? So on one hand, you say, okay, but is he preparing these guys for the advice he wants to give them on fight night? Or is he simply not getting through to them? Because let's go back to AJ and McCracken. That relationship looked like it kind of just grind to a halt.
Yeah.
I'm not going to... Was McCracken saying silly things in the corner? Probably not. Was AJ receiving it? Clearly not. So it's one of them things where you just say, nah, this ain't the fit. You're not getting this thing out of the fighter. Do you know what I mean? Bomac and Crawford, they obviously have years deep between them, but so do Errol Spence and James. Do you know what I mean? Bomac, when he's talking to these guys, like, bro, he's giving you the advice that he knows you can go out there and deliver. When he was talking to Amir Khan, and was he? Because he trained Amir Khan for was it, who was he training for? Kell Brook.
Yes.
Fam, none of that mattered.
Didn't know him.
You're not the guy. You're not him. So for me, I'm like, yeah, it's hard to really.
It's hard. It's really difficult. It is really difficult because now it's like, I just question him. And I know Garcia's fighting. Ryan Garcia's is joining him as well. But the gym is just looking a bit empty in terms of what's happening in the gym right now. We're taking real losses. Like the truth is not telling the truth at the moment. It was a lie. It was a horrible performance.
Let's be objective though, right? Errol Spence, he hasn't lived the life. Yeah. His body, there's many experiences that he's put himself through. Partying, lifestyle, car crash, rare tear.
Yeah.
You come up against a supreme fighter who's lived the life. He's not taking the side missions you're taking. He's on this road and he's been on it. Comes in, you get torched. You can say that you were going to lose anyway, regardless of your training. The trainer had nothing to do with it. It's on Errol. Cool. Against the Charlo situation, he went up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo Alvarez.
Once you make the weight, I don't care anymore. Once you make the weight,
but you're not a real super middleweight. So is Derek James in a lose-lose situation in both of those fights that we're grading him on?
Well, no, because I know the car crash one, that's a real scenario. That's real, right? But then it's like you still looked good since you've had that car crash. So now we have to base it on the last couple of times we saw you. You look wicked. You didn't look like the car crash slowed you down one piece. And then after it was like, wow, it's still a miracle. I still believe it's a miracle, right? That he's here today. But it's like, wait a minute. He's not lost a beat. What happened in that thing is they were out-coached. They said the types of shots that Errol's shot throws and they had a fighter and stuff, and they decided, okay, this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah,
that's the and then so you was out, your team, you lot were out-coached or you're out-fought in this one. You don't have an answer to, wait a minute, you're still starting to see they're waiting for their counter-punching, but they're counter-punching in bunches. You know, do you understand what I'm saying? Like they made some small changes and it worked. And my thing is, when is it going to happen in the corner for Derek where he says, hey, I need you to do this now? Even against when AJ was fighting, what's the last guy that was cheating? Hellenius was, like AJ's face was marked up more than it should be, right? And it's like, well, are we going to deal with this? Are we going to tell him ways to not that punch to keep landing? And it's like, well, maybe you don't have, like, maybe there's that next gear, and I know you want trainer of the year, but maybe you're not showing us that next great gear.
But good. But then this is the thing, it's like with football. The manager doesn't go out on the pitch.
Yeah.
The coach doesn't go into the ring and fight. Do you know what I mean? And I reckon that's what probably frustrates someone like Roy Jones, where he's like, if I was in there, I would know what to do. And I'm telling you, and I just want you to. But he's probably not the best trainer, to use as an example in a situation. But what I'm saying is, these guys, they don't go out into the ring. These guys the fighter has to do their job.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes you get a guy like, they might have these type of, like, okay, let's look at Charlo. He might have felt the power and be like, I can't lie, I'm shook at this brother now. Do you know what I mean? I can't really be myself in there tonight. Spence could have been there, just like done everything right. It's just slow, just a bit slow. This guy's just faster than me. I'm doing the right things on paper, but he's just way faster than I am. And it's just like no coach. I mean, the coaching. I don't know what level of coaching is going to have to get you out of those disadvantages, but sometimes it's on the fighter as well.
Yeah.
So
do you think, especially now, just to progress this conversation forward and stuff, is he the right guy for AJ? Honestly, With now
Well,
what you're seeing in terms of now you're saying, well, the fighter's on his own in there, and the fighter's got to do what he needs to do. And mentally, the block. Everyone says for AJ, it's been a mental block. He has the gifts, he has the tools, he has everything that he needs. But then there's just little moments in is this the correct trainer for when it goes
this year? He knocked out Hellenius in pretty devastating fashion in that last fight. In what round? 5? Was it round 5? Like,
I remember when it was 1 second, 5 or 6, AJ Shaw.
Single shot knockout, right? Was it round 5?
I'm just checking 1 second.
Cool.
AJ. Oh God. But carry on anyway. I'll get that. I'll get that.
I've got it here. Hang on a second. Hellenius by KO to the. Let me doesn't show the round. It's so jarring.
Annoying, fam.
That is so jarring, fam. Nah, I'm not even gonna stop looking for this thing. I'm actually committed now. Nah, there's no information, bro. This is very annoying. Basically, what I'm saying is this: he's knocked him out in devastating fashion. He's not in a bad situation right now. There's a lot of things that could have been a lot cleaner in that fight. He took a lot of shots in that fight. Do you know what I mean? Shots we don't want to see him get mucked up by a Hellenius. But at the same time, it's like he's not in the worst place. Because when you see guys who are, shot fighters, they don't get KOs like that. Do you see what I'm saying? It looks worse. It's KGs. Yeah, I mean, so he's showing signs that we didn't like to see. But I think that he's working the right way around to dealing with them for himself. Because when he fights Wilder, going back to the Klitschko performance era that everyone wants to throw him back to, he gets knocked out by Wilder if he fights him like that. So for me, I'm like, you're saying is he the right one? I'm like, we're going to know when we know.
Yeah. I just think I think if they take another L though, it's just mad. You look at the training, like bloody hell. When it rains, it pours. Like not saying you just become bad overnight, but bro, you just won the training of the year. Then after you look at, even when you look at the situation with Tiafimo's situation and how that ended. This nightmare. It was a nightmare.
Do you reckon there's something that happens to them mentally as trainers when they receive that accolade? When maybe they've got a bit more swagger in the gym?
Absolutely.
They start experimenting a bit more.
And I think you might take it out of the ball because obviously there's the fighters we know about, and then there's fighters that they're working on and building up. And I could imagine your gym gets very busy as the trainer of the year.
It's true. Still, the trainer of the year, and it's like, Rob, we're gonna do pads. It's like, Rob, why are we in the swimming pool? It's like, we're gonna switch it up because I'm a revolutionary. Why are we on a plane? It's just, the breath work when we out here, the air is different. So we're just gonna do it.
I said, they were in the mountains. You're in the clouds. Wait, no.
No, you know when they drop out the plane? Skydiving. That's it, in the air.
Oh, man. I think we come to the end of this audio journey.